Pimp!
Pimp, pimp!
Hooray!
Hooray!
Pimp, pimp!
Pimp, pimp!
Hooray!
Hooray!
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the wait. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for us to review this album, and we're finally gonna get to it.
The moment we put up the Kanye West album, I think one of the first comments was Untitled Unmastered, and everybody was liking that comment. They thumbs it up. Y'all wanted to see what we thought about the follow-up to Pimp a Butterfly from Kendrick Lamar.
And it's finally here. Kendrick Lamar,
sir.
Untitled Unmastered. So a few weeks ago...
Before we go though,
Okay.
we're in the car, man. They didn't expect
We are in the car.
They did not expect to see us back in the car.
Throwback.
They don't want us in the car. They don't want us to be in the whip, but we in the whip. In all actuality, our usual recording space has been hindered. I don't want to get into it too much, but it's been hindered. So bear with us for this little car video right here. But I'm gonna pass it over to my boy Truth, and he's gonna tell you a little something.
All right. So a few weeks ago, the TDE president said that he was gonna. Oh shit. Anyways, TDE president tweeted out a few weeks ago that he was going to release a project from one of the TDE members. We didn't know who it was. Me thinking it can't be Kendrick. It has to be someone that hasn't gotten any like publicity.
Absol,
maybe Jay Rock, possibly Isaiah Rashad. All of a sudden, Kendrick Lamar. No one was expecting this at all. Because, you know, he dropped To Pimp a Butterfly a year ago. You would think he would give it some time.
Yeah.
You know, just breathe, relax, take a vacation. Maybe in a couple years drop another album. Surprisingly, Untitled Unmastered came out.
Surprisingly.
What do you think?
All right, so we're not gonna have a top or a bottom. This is a short album, only 8 tracks. Essentially, what I think about this, the best way I can describe this album to anybody is this is To Pimp a Butterfly, but with bars. Like, because he's actually got parts on here where he's like, where he's spitting. I'm talking like Section 80 spitting. I'm just like, hello, Kendrick? Like, this shit hypes you up to see him, you know, sort of have that return to form that we saw on him when he was in Section 80 and that era. And even like seeing those inklings in his features and stuff like that, like, that is all here, but with the To Pimp a Butterfly style. So you still have like that kind of funky, like jazz, blues, and all that kind of stuff, all that kind of sound going on, but you've also got Kendrick, for the most part, spitting bars. It really feels like that these are what the To Pimp a Butterfly was going to end up being like before it switched directions. This kind of feels like To Pimp a Butterfly 2.5 or 1.5 or whatever. It kind of feels like an addendum to that,
like a prequel to To Pimp a Butterfly.
Something like that. Like, it's obviously like, I think Kendrick is the type of artist that with every project he wants it to sound very unique and very different. So I don't think he would necessarily make a full-length project like To Pimp a Butterfly and have it sound so similar to it. But other than that, like, the songs are really, really good on here, and I really, like, we were just listening to it in the car, and I really fuck with like every single track on it. I don't think there's a weak point on the album. Of course, he's got the track on there that was made on my birthday, June 23rd. Of course, it has to be my favorite song by default. But just every song on here in general is like really, really good. And I fuck with it. I mean, you can still tell that it is unmastered. You know, you can feel it in some of the songs, and that's really weird that he would put out a commercial project that's not finished. It just doesn't seem to make sense.
See, I was shocked because when this dropped, I thought it was just a giveaway. I didn't know it was on iTunes up for purchase.
Yeah,
you know,
if this was a giveaway, whatever. But it just doesn't make why. I just don't understand why you wouldn't master it. I guess. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. He could have had it unmastered and just named it Untitled or something. Right. But he's named it Untitled Unmastered, and you can tell that it's not mastered. So it's technically flawed in that respect, where, you know, you can tell it's not mastered or mixed all completely well. But I mean, the content is there, the bars are there, the quality is there. It's still a good album.
I would say my favorite track on Untitled Unmastered, I believe it's the last track. Untitled 8.
Yeah.
Blue Faces?
Yeah, Blue Faces.
I love that song.
A lot of the songs on here, he performed live. So Blue Faces was one of them.
Was Blueface the song that he performed on SNL?
Yeah, it was the most recent one, I think.
Yeah.
And that live perform, like, the studio version, I don't think was as good as the live performance, because the live performance, he was like, bro, I was blown away by it. But
he was so into it, and the energy that he had in that performance was just great.
Absolutely. But yeah, is that all you think about that? I mean, say something, you know what I'm saying?
Untitled Unmastered, I would say the first half of the album, it was okay for me.
It definitely picks up, yeah.
But from tracks 5, 6, 7, 8, that's when I started enjoying it a lot more.
Yeah.
That's when he's starting to spit hot fire, and I really like it. And I don't know if people know, but Untitled 7 was actually produced by Swiss Beats' son, Egypt.
Really?
And he is only 7 years old.
7?
Only 7 years old, and I believe Kendrick, he shouted him out too. I think it was the first switch up in the song. He said Young Egypt. I don't know if you caught that, but I'm pretty sure he said Young Egypt, and he's shouting out Swiss Beats' son, and he did pretty good for a 7-year-old. That's crazy.
So a 7-year-old is more talented than me. All right, that's fine.
Come on, don't say that.
But yeah, man, this was completely out of left field. Did not expect it, but it's good. Does it hold up to like Kendrick's other stuff? Obviously not. It's not polished at all. But I mean, you can tell that this was in the early workings of To Pimp a Butterfly. I can tell that this was where he was trying to head to, but he realized that with the message he was trying to send and everything with To Pimp a Butterfly, that the spitting hot bars and all that stuff didn't really fit too well with that. So I'm glad he ended up going with what's To Pimp a Butterfly originally, or what we know as To Pimp a Butterfly now,
right,
as opposed to this style. This style is still great, but the message would have been lost in between all that. So I think this is still a great album. Section 80, To Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid, Mad City, all better projects cohesively, but I mean, it's still great music. I don't think I'll be going back and playing it all too much. Granted, I didn't really play To Pimp a Butterfly back to back like all that much, because that's more like, okay, I need to sit down and have a quick experience, you know what I'm saying? Then I'll put on that album. But as far as like replay value and just songs you can bump, this one might have some good ones, because he's spitting some bars, especially when you start learning the lyrics. Rap along a little bit. But yeah, man, that's what I think about Untitled Unmastered. I think I've said everything I need to say.
Kendrick Lamar's Untitled Unmastered. What were your favorite tracks? Any low points? Any high points? Let us know what y'all think in the comment section below.
Leave a like rating on this video. Bam! Keep that support up. We appreciate it. And of course, follow us on all of our social media. It's that time. Not only do we pimp the butterflies, but we pimp on social media. Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, YC Flow Eazy. I got a new track on SoundCloud, by the way. Peep that shit.
Twitter, Snapchat. Follow those links. All my shit down below.
Have a good one, everybody. Peace.